Alrighty. I may or may not be awake right now, and there's still squeaky, squawky birds in the background. And I'm probably about to sneeze. Now I have to remember what I was doing. There's a whole lot of exclamation marks in here. That tiny little place. Oh, there's a flower over here. I have to get those flowers. Let's start off with something that seems easy, but will devolve into chaos. Oh, that's crouching. I have to remember what the controls are for this.
This damn monster
Tensions. Do I go? Is it walking me through going through this? But the doors are closed. Alright, I have to find a long way around then. Oh my god, bird. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to get out of here. Oh, hey, loot. I only just arrived at, where this is. Where am I? Meridian. So, I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, that's cool. Look at that water. Too bad this wasn't ESO with, like, fall damage reduction. That'd be great. Oh, this is just taking me in a loop. Dang it. Okay. No, yeah, I'll follow this track out. Hello! How's it going, Metal? Oh my god, I seriously have no idea where I'm going when I don't have a mini-map. Get me out of this place. It'd be probably quicker to, like, fast travel to a road I can actually use. I give up. I'm fast traveling. Apologies for the birds. I was really late actually waking them up. It was like 11 o'clock. I'm like, oh, their cage is still covered. They think they're still sleeping. That's why it's so quiet this morning. So they're making up for it. But if anyone is particularly annoyed by it, I can try and mute myself a little bit more until I actually have to, like, say something, or if I get into a really spicy battle with a monster, with a machine. Birds, you'd probably be happier if you actually flew out of the cage and got some exercise or something. Burn off this pent-up energy. Oh, hey, they listened. Oh my god. It's amazing. Indy just flew out of the cage. They're just blue parakeets, little budgies. They got some attitude, though. I've only had them for a few months, so... And I'm not too sure of the age. So I think they're under 6 months old. And I'm not sure if they're male or female either, because the Sarah hasn't, like, taken on a specific color. Oh, chargers. Those aren't too bad. But the plant is this way. But there's a fireplace thing over here. I think usually our pet stores have a variety, but definitely when I got there, they only had the blue ones, which was fine because I went in going, I want blue budgies. Ah! Don't really want to fight at night, but maybe I have no choice. They're not going to be able to kill this thing. Oh, there's two of them. Of course there's more than one.
I felt that.
Ooh! still got me. I'm gonna guess that's a third, maybe. Ow. Hold on. We got this. Oh, no, that didn't do it. Come at me. Ow. Oh, I should probably heal myself. Woo! Pretty sure it was Comfortable Stranger that definitely educated me on different ways to handle these monsters. I never used to use these trip casters, but they're friggin' amazing because all the monsters do sometimes is charge at you. And it takes so long for me to just take them out with just these little arrows alone. I mean, I still like to use these Terror Blast arrows because it takes off chunks of their armor and stuff, and I think that helps. So I think they ultimately take a bit more damage, and I think it drops pieces and stuff too, so. So I have all this stuff to pick up. No, that's a body. Search that bandit thug. I actually avoided this place originally. Yeah, I don't know what quite possessed me to get birds. I have a bit of a zoo here with 2 cats and 3 guinea pigs and now the 2 birds. And it's funny watching other videos on people like talking about, you know, oh, which are the noisiest or loudest birds, or like on a noise scale and on a loud scale, and they're like, oh yeah, the budgies are like a 1 or a 2. I'm like, mine must be different. But sometimes I can tell when they get really uppity that it's like, I should probably open the cage and lock the cats out so they can have a bit of time outside. Alright. Back in the direction of this here metal flower. Oh yeah, Indy's looking at me right now from the from Cecil's cage. My poor guinea pig, my old guinea pig here. I think he's like, got him in March of 2018. So he's almost 4 years old. Is that how math works? I don't really want to say he's my old man. He just happens to be the old man of the 3 guinea pigs, because the other 2 are only a few months old as well. Well, probably more than a few months old. They're gonna be 6 or 7 probably. They're still wee. Come here, turkey.
Got one.
Oh yeah, Hawkeye, you messaged at the beginning of the chat when I was still getting things set up. I missed that. How's it going? Are people's in ESO or just chilling? Oh hey, there's a thing. That I made. Oh, stupid rock. Costumes. Napping probably isn't a bad idea. It was 2:30 in the morning for me when we finally got through that Black Rose prison with Brito, Black and Dromede. So that was good to finally get that done, because I mean, I was kind of frustrated with myself because I kept dying like in this hyper execute mode. It was like, okay, you just got to keep your head on you and everything, except I don't even know, like I would just get beamed in the back of my head by either the boss or one of his shades or something. So it's nice to finally get through that and not die. Oh, it's a bird. Hopefully it's not a huge bird. Just a normal bird. Where's my flower? Where's my metal flower? Is it up there? Alright, let's go around the perimeter of this. I think by the time I finally like fell asleep, and I slept like the dead too, so it was great. But it was like 4 a.m. and then I got up at 8:30. I am probably going to regret life at some point. What the heck is this flower? Like, I probably have to start figuring out if I can climb up this thing. Or there's a path in the middle, maybe. Lead the way, piggy! Or it's just a random wall. I don't know, can I climb this? No. There's no catches or anything. Just gotta be careful of the tramplers over there. Or the chargers. Just gonna scoot by here, nothing to see. Ugh. I'm so confused. How do I get up here? It's gonna be really obvious to someone how to get up here. Oh wait, there we go. There's a path. I just went the wrong way. I should have gone the other way. I should have gone left and not right. Always go clockwise around something. There's gonna be something horrible at the top of this, right? It'll be the flower, but it'll be like a gigantic bird that'll take me a million years to kill. Because there's like, oh no, it's just gonna be a bunch of birds. Oh god. Yeah, bird, you're on fire. Goodbye. What is that? Dang it, I missed. Nope. Ow. Ow. Oh, you're gonna pepper me too? Oh my god. This can only get worse, because what I'll do is I'll go to a really high spot and then just fall off a mountain! Ah! Oh, there's a lot of birds here. Oh, why did I do that? Ow. Am I just like standing in cold or something? Like, what am I doing? Oh, I missed. Sometimes I hate using a controller. Or you could not land where I can get you. That's a trap if I ever saw one. Well, this is pretty. I can see for a while. That's kind of wicked crazy cool, though. But that doesn't seem natural. Fangler is a pretty fun dungeon. It has a very spicy hard mode. I was like, oh my god, I almost died. Jesus. That was probably like one of the hardest first hard modes for me to get of a DLC dungeon, and it was my first trifecta. It definitely, as far as difficulty, it's pretty up there, and it's not even so much that stuff will just pew you to death or anything. It's not like there's a whole lot of incoming damage. It's just if you don't watch out for those ghost walls, you will just die. So it's kind of finding your safe place in the middle of the room, dancing around, trying to keep some ads down, keeping damage up on the boss, and then always knowing in that other half of the fight that you have these ghost walls coming one after the other. So like one comes up and it goes across the room, and as soon as it's gone, another one's coming up. And you're always kind of making sure you're kind of in the middle of that room and looking for your gaps in the ghost wall, and you know, play it safe and go, is that a gap between the ghosts? Don't bother. Just look for the bigger gap. Look for the guaranteed gap between the ghosts. Okay. Apparently I have not discovered some of these things. And I'm getting close to that corruption I was curious about. So I guess I will torture myself and go this way towards more birds. Make sure I got those potions up. Oh, got the fancy arrow on. That's why that went down so fast.
Could be anything in the trees.
I think to some extent with Fangler hard mode especially, like, the tank has a pretty rough job because they got a giant dragon in their face, so if you can't zoom out enough to see as much of the room as possible, it's pretty hard to see those ghost walls. And I mean, you can get a little tunnel vision yourself when you're tanking that boss, and your focus will just be on this dragon in front of you, and then you'll forget, oh, mechanic, ghost wall, I'm dead now. You'll probably remember, okay, the boss drops big poison that grows, and I kind of dance around that. Oh, now there's the beetles that come out. Gotta run around with those a little bit and see them or something, just try not to get hit by them. And the dragon doesn't hurt too much, but at the same time, I've been lucky to have some really great healers running through that content with me, and I haven't felt in a whole lot of danger. But it can be a bit sometimes, and it's helpful sometimes when you have folks that can call it when a new wall's up. So it's like, oh, right, I have to find my hole and get through it and carry on. Oh, he turned his head. Oh, I killed him anyway. Where's the other one I can hear? Ah! Aye! I really need to find one of those. I think the good thing about being the healer for that one is you don't have a whole lot of heals you really need to keep out. Like, regen is really good because it hits everyone regardless of where they are. You know, throwing springs or something under your tank to walk, like, if they happen to be standing somewhere, but... And maybe just being prepared to, like, burst heal them, maybe, if it seems like they're in danger. But as long as there's some kind of heal up on your group throughout, it's usually pretty good. You don't always need to burst heal a lot in there, but it is a high mobile fight, so sometimes it's hard to have AoEs, but probably like the energy orb, the healing orb is a good one. Because you can probably push that towards tank, so the tank can hopefully get a synergy. If you're a Templar, definitely try to throw a shard their way if the orb is not doing it, and maybe you could save the orb for your, like, your DPS or something when they kind of run back in. I think the one thing with that it gets relegated to the healer. At the same time, I still see it as like group effort. But I can't remember his name, but when you kind of get down into that room, there's the dragon, there's the dude that stands next to him. And in Vet, he doesn't do anything. Like, he comes down and he kind of goes, like, oh, I'm summoning these walls or something. But he doesn't really do anything in Vet, but on hard mode, he will port down to random corners of the room, and you kind of want to keep an eye out for where he is and see if you can see the streak as he comes across the screen to where he's going to land. And you want to be prepared to interrupt him, so Crushing Shock is your friend for that one, but you want to try and keep an eye out for him. Nice. Oh, yeah, there's definitely... Who's hunting me? Oh, it's the birds. But yeah, keeping the interrupt on that guy is important because he will start to wreck people if he's up for too long. It's almost like infusers or the flame shapers and stuff. If those things flame shape for too long, it's bad. Oh, that's a big trampler. Some really annoying birds. Okay. This is fine. Here's the plan. Castlethorn makes me dizzy, and Dreadcellar only makes me cry a little bit.
Sorry to spoil your fun.
Come at me, boy. Ow. Okay, at least that guy's dead. Hacker! Why do I feel like something terrible is happening right now? Oh, the birds are here. I hear you don't like fire. Oh, hello. Yay, I cleared a corrupted zone. Meanwhile, we got these assholes to deal with. Can't have anything nice around here.
Down you go.
Ah, of course he goes somewhere where I can't get him. What are you doing lurking up there? Ooh, I leveled up. Nice. fell. Can I get the crit hit on him? Can I? Can I? Got him. Yeah, the hard mode on Castle Thorn is...
They're scanning for me.
It's something. I think the circle moves faster, and the fact that in Execute it, like, once you get that second moving circle phase, it never goes away, so it's like... It's rough. That is a prog sometimes. And it's getting used to how that circle moves and what to do when those bigger circles, the ones, because you have the two different ones, the ones that kind of form and move out, and then the ones that just explode on the spot. And kind of recognizing what those look like so you know if it's going to explode or not, but getting used to the timing of it, because you can just roll dodge
useful.
to mitigate those completely, but you got to have your timing right. So it's like being mindful of how the circle's moving and then where it's going, and then timing your roll dodge so that you can still stay in the circle when you roll dodge, or hopefully get back in really soon. Because, like, I have an easier time when I'm tanking that because it doesn't really hurt that much if I'm outside the circle for a few seconds, but when I tried to DPS it, I definitely struggled because it hurts a lot. You have so much less health and less mitigation. It just eats you.
Rare part.
I don't know why that's in the wall, but it is. How am I? Okay, I only have one skill point. I need 2 more to be able to level something up. But definitely, I find with playing ESO as long as I have, and the content I have done and the people I've been running with, like... Oh, there's a giant thing. Oh my god, it's that thing. I can see it from here. Definitely, like, the people you run with can sometimes make a difference, but it's like your overall group synergy and working together to do what works for you. I mean, you can read what you want online on how to do something, and you can kind of take their strategies under advisement, and it can help. But it's not the only way to complete content, and you do what you can. And then once you get more comfortable and you practice, then, you know, maybe you are like really pumping out the heals and you have to like save people a lot and barrier all the time. But then with like some practice, you can kind of move past that and kind of change it up a little bit. Tanks the same way, like you can be pretty chunky and have a lot of health, and that will work for you at the time. And then when you get more comfortable, you can bring it down a little bit. Where are you going, boys? Come back. I know I killed your friends, but don't hate me. Oh, never mind. He's coming after me. It was a lie. Okay. Jeez, who's playing chicken with who? Ah! Oh my god! Come on. Yeah, it's with the circles, because Lady Thorn on Vet you can block her dives, but on hard mode you can't. They'll just knock you back. It'll mitigate it a little bit, like if there's any damage with it. Come on, boy. Get back over here. Why are you running away? Oh, jeez.
Out of ammo, but not out.
I'm gonna knock your horn off. Oh, I'm gonna kill him before he even goes through a tripcaster. What a jerk. I think for the most part, the blood, like the dives from Lady Thorn, I think are on the tank. But it's not like there's any great way to position those. But the leading edge of the circle is always your friend, so you can kind of be ahead of it. Never get caught at the end, because that's what can be pretty spicy. I think it moves a little bit faster on hard mode too, but it's a bit of a blur. Okay, so those are the tramplers. There's a giant thing walking somewhere. Is that just cloud cover, or I haven't literally walked there? Those are the sawtooths. There's a fire over there. Fire here I have to discover. One there. How do I not have that one? Well, I'll walk around and try and get this one. Oh, that's neat. I wonder what that was. Okay, it's getting a little warm. Afternoon, stranger. Definitely gotten better at using the tripcasters to kill stuff. I just had to open the window because it's turning into a bit of a sauna in here because my heater doesn't really know when to shut off sometimes, so. And my computer adding to the heat is not ideal sometimes, but. And it's starting to snow outside. Well, it was big fluffy snowflakes, but now it's like smaller ones. There's just more of them. What the heck? Am I being hunted? What is going on here? Stalkers. Ha! He fell over. I think it was fine the other day. I think it was too cold to snow, I think, but it's starting to warm up again, so now it's warm enough it can snow and cold enough it'll stay. But we've been getting a lot of like those extreme cold warnings on and off again, and I'm like, it's been doing it for the past several days, and at what point do I just go, yeah, welcome to Canada, it's cold. So I get memories from Facebook that pop up and remind me of just how cold it was in previous years. Because I even had one pop up not too long ago that was like, oh, it's minus 20 something, feels like minus 10 degrees colder. And I'm like, that's like minus 30 something degrees, what the heck? This is in Celsius though. Don't ask me about Fahrenheit, I'll have to Google it. It just used to cold. Okay, get close to those tramplers. And where's my fire? Just gonna pretend they don't exist for a minute. How's it going, Lone? Welcome to this chaos where I play a different game apparently. But later on I might be streaming ESO. I just felt awkward last night trying to start up a stream because I'm like, oh, there's so many other people streaming right now. I don't want to take away from theirs. And basically possibly stream the same thing. I got this one, I think it was on sale. So I was like, why not? It's minus 11, feels like minus 16.
Just stay out of their way for
Gotta
now.
love that. Alright. There's some creatures over here. This is like the best worst game for me because I'm just like, I must uncover the things. I must be able to hover over these creature packs and go, oh, that's what it is. When I hover over it, it doesn't tell me what it is. Clearly, I need to go find it. Laser faces. Oh my god. Oh, there's a few of these. Oh, you're still alive. Nope, not that. Oh, there's a couple of you. Okay, Slimo's gonna help me right now. I'm stuck behind a tree. Ow. Explore all the things. Just pick up all this stuff so I got stuff to sell later. Seeing this water makes me want to go swimming. But, like, I also picture, like, myself swimming at a time when it's actually, like, hot out or something. Or, you know, similarly, something that's tropical. Just try not to think about how cold it actually is, because then that doesn't make me want to swim. I don't like those guys. We're not gonna get really close to them. We're probably gonna bypass and go over here. I just hope folks watching also realize I'm like, ESO is my main game. It just happens that it's early enough in the day that I would, if I were to play ESO, I'd probably be playing by myself, and I don't really like doing that as much. So I am content to play a different game right now and stream it instead. But when I get into crazy shenanigans later with people's, then I'm more likely to stream. However, because I'll be in Discord with people, I am less likely to engage with chat, unfortunately. So to get my chatty self here, that's probably when I'm playing by myself. Wow, words are hard right now. My brain doesn't work. I think the coffee's still trying to kick in, but might need a second cup. There's a flower over there, so I'll probably go back up through the town. Which I think I went the right way. I don't know, I'm directionally challenged right now. That looks like the right way. Maze lands, huh? Because they grow maize. Ha. Actually, I'm gonna go. Oh, it's dark again. It's so hard for me to see when that happens. Hey, watermelons. Hey, that's cool. Okay, now I'm getting sidetracked and not going the right way. Oh. Wait, I saw something glow blue, I think. Wait, can I... Did I just loot something through a door?
Find better wares. Don't forget to stock up before you're on the road.
I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I just looted through a door. Yeah, 'cause there's the box. Wow, I'm amazing. That's hilarious. Good job, game. You haven't broken the realism at all in any way, shape, or form with that.
Take a look at these wares.
Come take a look.
You has wares? Are you Khajiit?
Specialty machine parts.
Oh, there's a person. I'll talk to you.
Fairest prices for machine parts under the Mesa. No tithes to the Sun Court. Not like those greedy snarls upside.
She's not interested in taxes.
I know what she's not interested in. As I was saying,
Because that doesn't happen
no
in
better
ESO or
offer for
anything.
snap my
I expect
lenses.
more of
I'd
this
kiss
game,
my
though,
oath on
but...
Father, son, don't start spitting in your palm. Huntress, I
spit in
apologize
your
on behalf
palm.
of my partner.
It's like in
Silent
ESO when you
partner.
can't, like, shoot people through a wall, but clearly the
If the
enemies
sun
can.
would only
The
grant
number of
my
times you get
prayers,
pegged with
never
arrows
mind
through a
snap
wall
my
around a
lenses, Huntress.
corner.
There's
It's
no
amazing.
market for those. A long leg lens.
But I guess that
though,
this is
you'd
the
be
first
well
time where I felt
rewarded
like,
for.
you know, it was broken.
So which...
Looting
No
through the
market
door
for a
was the
snap
worst
ma lens.
thing.
It's good, strong stuff. You can hammer it into anything.
Where do you think we are?
Whoa, this guy's got a
trading
hairy
post
back.
with sawdust on the floor. This
Wow.
is Meridian. We have culture.
I know culture.
I am
Just the
so
other day,
distracted
I was watching
now.
the hunting trials.
Like-
Oh, great sun, lend me the strength of midday.
Oh man, I can see his
The
pores.
sun's baked your
I think.
head if you think we'll
What is-
shift
oh my
long
God.
leg lenses at a time like this.
The detail is insane.
Hello?
I've told you as many times as the spire is tall, craft and artisanship is who we are.
Craft doesn't win a war or keep the machines from your farms. What you need is good, old-fashioned, plain...
Oh yes, old-fashioned plain hammered work. If ever something glittered, you'd throw it back.
If Karja had built that elevator, they would have stopped at a good-looking shaft.
All those years of delving and you never found a sense of humor.
Enough!
Well,
They're a blunt people, the Nora.
Why do you two even work together if you can't agree on anything?
it's a symbolic gesture.
No tithes to the Sun Court. Like I said in the beginning, Renine.
Just tell me which part you want.
A long leg lens.
I snap my lens.
Fine.
Please tell me I have these already.
I can see that you're busy.
Wait. You drove her off. Snap my lens. What do you say?
I drove her off. That's rich. Listen, Huntress, long leg lens.
Scroungers, bring us...
Oh, I had the machine parts. Okay. See?
Scroungers?
Oop.
What kind of...
Jumping for some reason.
I brought you both the parts. So, what do you say?
I don't suppose I could buy just the one.
You'd buy the wrong one. So give the hunter her shards for both.
Of course. Here you are. If this is the price I have to pay.
The price you have to pay. The Snapmaw lens might just cover the loss we take on the other.
It won't sell for a loss, charcoal burner. You'd pay handsomely for a long leg lens if you had an imagination.
I have an imagination. When you rattle that piece of junk around, I think of your skull.
Told you from
Huh.
the beginning this wouldn't be a
Well, that was interesting.
rat dealing operation.
Also, really quick quest because I had what I needed for that.
A true metal seller knows to get his hands dirty.
Oh, this person was still rendering. That was scary. Their face was kind of blank. Spooky green glowing. Looks green anyway.
I had to take over my brother's shift today.
Why am I trying to go in
Sunrise
here?
and he's out
Jeez.
supporting that noble girl.
Need to go this way. I think. Oh, wrong way. There's the fire.
I've got all the best goods here.
Wait, so what did I want to do? Oh my goodness, bird! You are...
My family might still be alive. And you're
Feel
going to stand
free
here
to
and do
go
nothing?
fly or something.
Tell me what happened to your family. Maybe I can help.
By the sun, I fear they are all dead by now. I barely escaped alive. Machines. Vicious machines attacked my family's estate. Father sent me to get help.
What kind of machines?
Where did they come from?
A Ravager. By the sun, how it cut down those guards, and a pack of watchers came with it. The Sun King warned us that he could no longer protect freeholds beyond the valley, but the father never saw this coming.
Tell me more about the estate.
My father owns a dozen quarries, and he's put his spoils into the estate. Fine tapestries, custom woodwork, silver fixtures.
But what about the people there?
Of course. Their lives are all that matter. My father and sister, plus a dozen guards and servants. I hope they survived.
I'll see what I can do about the estate.
You will.
Let's do this.
Thank you. Oh, please, be careful. Those machines are deadly.
I'm so confused by these headpieces. I don't get it. It just looks like plastic. And uncomfortable. Okay, must make sure I'm going the right way. Follow the marker, kind of. There's that fire. Oh, birds, I swear to goodness. Kind of think they squawk more because I also rearranged the room so my desk is no longer like beside their cage, so they're not just like staring at me, and I'm hiding behind my monitors at this point. But if I throw my hand up over my monitor, they're just like, oh, I'll be quiet, it's fine. Hold on, I gotta see this thing first. Ancient Greece calls to you, will you answer? Okay then. Running away. Give me another friggin' flower up here. Ah! Oh, there's a stalker here. Oh no. At least that's what I think that means. How does one get up here? At least I'm pretty sure the flower... Yeah, the flower's up there. I just gotta figure out how to get up there. Alright, I missed something obvious, probably because it's dark and I'm
Here we
scared.
go again.
Last time I eventually stumbled upon the path. I just gotta do that all over again. Oh, okay, there we go. These do not stand out to me. This reminds me of Mirror's Edge. Black! Oh yeah, I wish. Oh wait, there we go. Ugh. Mirror's Edge, I think I recall they highlighted the thing you were supposed to run to in like, what, vibrant red? Why is there a merchant up here? How did you get here? Yeah, I think I definitely that this is a part of the game I struggle with is I can't see the parts where I can grab and climb. They don't stand out to me. It's even worse when it's dark. When it's light out, I think I can see them a little bit better, but if I don't know or it's not too obvious sometimes that I'm supposed to climb to get something, then I will run around like an idiot in this giant gray circle on the map trying to figure out where I find my climb point. Okay, right, looking for things to sell to lighten the load. Because apparently I had to do that now. These are, yeah, I'll keep that. Metal vessels. I haven't really acquired that much. Maybe the extra stacks of... What is this? Tiny meat. I has tiny meat. That's a lot of wire. A lot of sparkers. These seem pretty easy to come by. I can't remember. I do have a Tomb Raider bleh. Wow, words are hard. Tomb Raider game, but I don't remember which one. But I think at the time my system couldn't handle it, so I'll have to check through my Steam library or my other... all those other things like Steam but not Steam, and check those. Like, wow, I can, like, Ubisoft and stuff like that. Hey, there's my flower. Origin. What's the other one I have Arc through? Can't remember. Ooh, there's a corruption point here. Nice. And... place this as a map marker, but I want to go deal with this corruption. Alright, now what's helpful with something like this is if they have a spot I can rappel down from. Is this too good to be true that it could be over here somewhere? I feel like I should be able to rappel down somewhere and not chance death from trying to climb down. Because I will probably just jump and die. Ah. This seems dangerous. Ow. Alright, well, maybe there's no rappel points, so... drop ledge. Ah! I don't know how to drop down, apparently, without killing myself. If I just keep telling it to go down, that's apparently how I should do this, and not just... What? Epic, that's what it is. Dang, I missed out. Lance horns? Okay, right, no, I know what those are. Starting to think the corruption over here might not be too fun. Okay, still one skill point. Would also be nice if it was daylight out. Where's the moon in all this? Dang, it's middle of the night. Curses. I must have missed that. I don't know. When did I join the Discord? Time is a blur. Ah, shit! The birds are corrupted. I hate birds. What is he floating on? Can I just not see the thing he's supposed to be standing on? Or is he literally just in the air hovering like a boss? This game is perfect. There are no bugs. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Got you!
What? Why am I missing? Ah! Stay away from me! Oh, that's not what I want to shoot at all. Oh, I missed. Ow. Even though I kind of grew up in a wintry region apparently in this game, I don't like the cold. Oop, missed. Oop, missed. Oh god, I'm just missing. Ow. Okay, a little slow on my part. Did I just hit the tree? Ow. Oh, missed. Wow, that was great shooting. Yay!
Won't waste this.
I'm taking care of these things just because I think they're going to tell me to do it anyway. So I'm coming prepared. That's definitely something with Discord for sure, and how I get a little lost in it is, like, if I'm there and present as the posts are happening, it's easier for me to track, but if I come back after several hours and, like, there's like 50 plus posts, but from earlier in the day or something, and I'll just feel out of the loop and be like, I can't contribute to this conversation that's already basically passed. I mean, that's different than, like, finding informational posts, but...
These will keep.
Alright, so that corrupted zone is done. We'll zigzag over here, get this fire, and then go to that quest, I guess. No! I'm out of something! I'm out of blaze? I gotta go hunt me some things with blaze, apparently. Oh my god, the pig! Where did it go? Where did it go? The pig just... What? Ah! I don't like your tail, sir. Ah! Ow. There's another one behind me. Oh, I missed. Hi. You missed.
Tandy?
Oh, something's mad at me now. Oh. Hi. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Well, that was exciting.
Gonna need this.
Ugh. When you don't get completely wrecked by the machines, it's a good day. Oh god, if I ever had the courage to have a webcam on me while playing this, you'd probably just see my eyes suddenly go wide at all the things that just started to attack me. It's like, oh, it's just these, like, this one guy. Okay, there's the second guy. Oh, wait, there's a third one. Oh, hey, and then there's these two little buggers that have snuck up on me. And now these other grazer things are after me. Just eyes going wide, like, oh, there's so much going on right now. Oh yeah, sure, put it right on that. I feel like I'm gonna get targeted by something soon. There's so many strange noises in this game.
Weigh that up later.
Okay. Flare system, I get it. Alright. Back to find that fire. No, I haven't died yet, so... At least not since I started the stream, so, you know. For an hour and 8 minutes, I've been alive the whole time. I haven't died yet. Oh, that's wrong. What is with all these weird noises? So many weird noises from these things. Oh, no. Must harvest from turkey. Nope. Okay, we got lucky there. Actually, yeah, I noticed that. There's some, like, I got really confused at one point with bird songs and bird sounds. It's pretty good. I am impressed. Okay, so I totally got I sidetracked a little bit on my path, so let's run around here, encounter something else crazy, and there wouldn't be anything horrible in the woods around here. The jungle noises are pretty good here too. Well, this looks like a bandit camp. Yep. I feel compelled to clear this now. I am just like... Yeah, I'll just do this and go to this quest line. Oh wait, now I'll do this. Okay, now I'll do this. Tangent, tangent, tangent. At some point, I'll circle back to that quest. Actually, I don't remember. Oh, there's a lot of them. They're all over the place. Oh, I missed.
Huh?
No ammo. Hold on while I rapidly craft a bunch of them. Headshots.
That's an alarm. Would make enough noise to bring in more.
Wait, she said there was an alarm, but I wasn't sure where she said the alarm was.
Make it hurt.
Where's the alarm?
Backup is coming in.
Oh, whatever. Guess it was over there. Oh, ow.
Take her down.
This entertains me. Ow. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm stuck. Hello? Dang foliage. Then there's me nearly dying. Ha! Don't you know not to sneak up on a person when they're looting? Also why I hit the structure 5 billion times is beyond me, but... No! No! Dang, I didn't get the dodge quick enough.
Regroup! Regroup!
That's regrouping? Ow. Oh, God.
Hit him harder, Chops!
Hit him harder. What? Did you say Chuck? I'm gonna pretend this person's name is Chuck.
She's taking the
Oh yeah, trapping the entrance would have worked. That would have been...
Up there, got us a climber.
Climber? I'm climbing? I wasn't climbing. I was walking on an incline. Nope. I want to loot the body. No. Don't mind me just looting everything.
Frost always said, patience.
Apparently I can't loot all those things there. No, I'm not out of space. It just looks like I can still loot that box.
They've taken those travelers captive.
Wait, so where are the rest of the... Oh, I went over here. Hi, spikes.
One bike, why don't you run on home? We're under attack.
Did you just say ow? Wind up, womp. Ow. Look, this happy little merchant dude that I'm now just standing beside. It's great. Just gonna loot this body.
Full already.
cube. Full? What am I full of? Sometimes these things all look the same. Far Cry mechanic? What? I've never played Far Cry. Oh, okay. we sure I don't have a fox skin? I feel like I should have a fox skin. How do I not have a fox skin? I think that's bone. I guess I don't. That's weird. I guess I haven't been killing enough foxes. Is he named? Oh, his name's just Merchant. He doesn't seem to have a name. It just says trade with Merchant. Your name is Merchant. I met your other friend. His name is Merchant in another town. Oh, okay. It's a trap I can't pick up. Of course I don't. I don't even use traps. Oh, look at all these other fireplaces. No, we must go back to our mission.
Another woman is rising in the Hunter's Lodge. About time.
Another woman is rising in the Hunter's Lodge. Well done. Stephen Merchant. That was either a raccoon or a fox. It's a raccoon. Probably hunting wildlife is one of the more annoying things in this game. Some of them are pretty small. Turkey. Another turkey. Oh god, it's another one. Ow. Question mark? Aw, didn't even kill ya. Ow. Ooh, purple goods. We like purple goods. Might be some blue over here.
Let's get this over with.
Oh, I killed two at once. Nice. Well, here's the blaze I needed. I guess I need to buy all that blaze, but apparently I was running low. I apparently use a lot of fire these days.
Save these for the trail.
Oh, that was overkill for a bunny.
Tasty.
Catalonia's making bread.
Need them soon enough.
I expect to see pictures in Bread Cult later. Pictures or it didn't happen. What?
That'll keep my stomach quiet.
Oh, hi. Whoa, bird. Hi. Wow. Yikes. Okay, I just got dive bombed. It's fine.
This must be Ranamon's family estate.
Oh, that's a big boy.
I wonder what made these machines attack without warning. I need to get in there and look at that thing.
Hold on, I gotta rub your place first.
Can you hear me?
Oh, thank you. I didn't really believe anyone was coming for me. I think everyone else is dead.
There's something in the workshop I need to look at. Do you know how to get in?
Our Chamberlain has a key. It's probably still on him. Oh, poor man. He served my father for 16 years.
What happened?
Tell me what happened when the machines attacked.
There were screams. I came running. The Ravager ripped through the guards like dolls. My father pushed me into the larder. I heard him kill a watcher. Then, blasts from the Ravager's cannon. Silence. I tried opening the door, but he'd locked me in.
He saved your life.
And I'll never be able to thank him.
Do you have any idea where the machines came from, or why they attacked so suddenly?
We've been seeing more and more machines around here every year. That's why my father hired more guards. But they've never attacked like this before. I have no idea what caused it.
Stay here. I'm gonna have a look around.
I will. I need to take a moment with my father.
Alright, oh, dang it, can't go up there.
This must be the Chamberlain's remains. Yes, here's the key.
this? Ravager Cannon. Okay, it's that cool one. I like those ones. Wait, what? Oh dear, I'm gonna have to see what that was. Is it just me saying that I have to, like, steal their stuff first before letting them out of the room? Somebody please help me. Hold on, I'm robbing you first. Okay, I guess I just walked. That's not a door, is it? No. There's a door around here. Where's the door? Oh, there we go. Well, people normally open doors after they put keys in.
That device is sending out a signal. Could be what attracted the machines. Okay, that should cut the signal. But someone put this here to call in the machines and kill everyone on the estate.
Yes, they did.
I found a lure. I think someone might have put it here deliberately to draw in the machines. Did your father have enemies?
Rainaman, my brother. First there was gambling, then stealing, then extortion. He swore vengeance when my father kicked him out.
It was Ranaman who begged me to come. He needed the machines cleared out to claim the property.
We can't let him. That murderous snake.
Can't let me do what, sister?
He just
Claim my
appears.
inheritance?
We shared a crash, murderer. Have you no honor?
No, I guess not. But I will have this estate. When you meet Father in the next life, tell him I'm enjoying his money. As for you, this little device will summon more machines. A lot easier than killing you myself.
Oh, I saw that coming. I was like, why? I'm holding this device that will call the monsters. Because that wouldn't backfire. Oh, what am I doing? Dang it. Plants, you're in the way. Oh, I should have picked up the big gun. That would have been fun. Why'd you have to fall up there? Oh no! Great, now I'm in the water. Come on. Down here. There we go. Also, I scared myself because my mic totally, like, peaked. And it scared me. I was like, oh, I should probably lean away from the mic when I do that. Don't mean to make everyone go deaf. Sometimes I don't have volume control, so. That's kind of cool. Okay. on, I guess I'll talk to her. Him? Them? Somewhere? Here she is. Ma'am, there's a bunny running wild in your house. Did you know that?
I'm glad there are good people like you in the world.
Okay, that's good. I just thought, like,
my brother.
in
My father was
OBS,
always
just, like,
generous in his
go
gratitude.
well into the red
A
for a
family
second and I
tradition
got
would like
scared.
to continue. Take this. I hope it will help you in your travels.
Alright, off we go to find that flower. Alright. Ugh, the rain is making everything gray and it reminds me of Fallout. Not 4. 4 was pretty colorful, but 3 was pretty dreary. Which made sense, but I did like the change at 4. A lot of fires around here.
I'm picking up another signal.
Oh, it's one of those things.
The tall neck's sending out the signal.
I had to find a way. There must be... Yeah, follow this and then... Oh, great, there's more birds! Because that's what I need, is more birds. No offense to the birds in the room. Oh, one of them's getting sassy with me now.
I dropped it!
Did he really just die up there? says. Alright.
Never know when I might need these.
Looting someone's camp. This is fine. That's not a good bird sound. Oh god, trees. But I want to climb up there. It's not fair that something just died on top of that dish. Oh well, here's my flower.
The old ones didn't leave these. They're new growth.
Whoops. I gotta try and remember where it was that I came up. I thought it was over here somewhere, but... Ah! Can't remember now. Near the torch. Here we go, maybe. Oh, there's my rappel point. Finally. Also, ow, my hand's looking at that. Walked into my other trap. Not so smart. course all across ESO today. Make your way to Deshaun and then make your way down to the green chain. I wonder how long. Would you just like run or just like just leave it at whatever its default speed is and just kind of follow a path or something? I remember I watched someone do that. I think they were going for a Pathfinder achievement and they only took the roads. And I think they may have RP walked or something on their horse. Like, they made it walk slowly. And it took a while. Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, going in and out of Cyrodiil would be weird. Because it's not like you can actually just, like, walk into it. I think you still have to queue into Cyrodiil and then queue out, so kind of...
Can't be too prepared.
But the game is pretty, so it'd be kind of neat to do something like that. And just like observe and see what things are like. I really like take in what the game has to offer visually and the environment, the ambience. Alright, go the other way for the fire. Spooky evening music playing. Literally.
Okay, I need to get up to the Tallneck's head. These aren't cheap.
Strider heart. Fire coil. The fuck is... Oh, is it called the long leg? Oh god, plants! This is ruining the slow-mo when the plants are in the way.
Fascinating, if they weren't looking for me. Just go about your business. Got their attention?
Oh god, I'm just missing all the time. Ow. Come back!
This should be a good spot for jumping onto the Tallneck. Alright. Now I just have to reach its head.
Oh god. This is where like the Assassin's Creed kind of memories come from. These are your vantage points, almost. There's a fire nearby. Ooh, an Decrepit Zone. Nice. So cool. Another level. Ooh, I got 4 skill points now. What's this one? Sprinting is quiet, greatly reducing the chances of alerting nearby enemies. Oh, that would be nice. I like faster reload during that. That is what's annoying the heck out of me. Oh, good, because I want to have low health when I have this. I don't know if I want to invest in that one. Oh, wait, these are all 3 points. I thought these were worth 4. Okay. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, yeah, dive into the hay. Or the cart full of flowers. The flower petals or whatever from, like... Yeah, I thought I heard the sawtooth. I was like, it's here somewhere. Oh, it's there. There's more than one. Oh, he took out both the traps! Oh, he just cheated. You didn't even go over the line, you jerk. Yeah, no, I always made fun of that every single time I did one of those leap of faiths in Assassin's Creed. I'm like, this doesn't seem practical. I think this would still hurt. And like, what if you didn't get it just right and you just whacked your head?
Got too much already.
What? What do you mean I have too much already? That's impossible. Switch sort order. Which button is that? Okay. Popularity, rarity, item value, item value. Is sorting by name not a thing? Probably it. I guess it's... Guess I'll clear up some space somewhere. Question mark?
Okay, no more sneaking.
Alright, let's go to this corrupted zone.
I'll tuck that away.
That sounded like, yeah. Oh no, corrupted stalkers. This is gonna suck. This is gonna be spicy.
I'm still surprised.
Ow. Curse you! Oh, come on. Oh, lordy. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, into the water? Really? Oh, that's not fair. Oh, jeez. Okay, there's one. Oh, come on. Ugh. Ooh. Oh, finally. Oh my god. My medicine bag. I guess tripcasters would work there too, but they move so fast. But if I still placed them, that would have worked. Because they would have gotten... I would have easily been able to lead them around because they were just all about hitting me. God, I hate corruption. I should probably think of an armor that it protects probably against melee and corruption, because I find I take a lot of melee damage, and then there's the corruption, I think, if I mitigate. If I have my corruption armor, that would work. I should probably see about picking up some of that. Then I can say I don the red pants because corruption is kind of red looking. Also, I'll probably be bleeding a lot still. Really cool bird noises.
Red light.
Whee! Ow. Oh. Ay ay ay. Holy shit, did you just die? I find that getting tracked through a roll dodge is a bit weird. Oh, why are you still alive? Jesus, my medicine bag again. Piggy! What? Oh, whatever.
Anyways, for the trail.
Owie, owie, owie. Oh wait, I still need to...
Forget about traveling light.
What? Again? Ugh. Inventory management. this is the most aggressive I've now gone on this stuff. Whole lot of sparkers I don't need. Back of 100, jeez. Enough with your exclamation marks on my stuff.
Okay, Aloy, now.
You packer! Hackers. Alright. Ooh, I don't want to see more stalkers. But I do want to go in there. Don't want to go up there. I'm just gonna fast travel. Hello, giant walker, tall thing. Alright, I want to walk. I guess I will get close enough to discover them, but try not to engage. Discovered. Now we're gonna continue on along this road. This might be the only time I'd want like a mount that might be able to go faster than I can run right now, but I think you only override them for a little bit, so. Fill up the medicine bag while we're here. Grab the goods while the goods getting's good. There we go. Wow. Words are hard. Goods getting. Bleh. Ooh, yeah, probably. Oh boy. Wait, I'll watch this for a while, because he'll take care of those guys real quick. This reminds me of Unhallowed Grave when you walk into the one boss fight, there's 2 ads in the middle of the room looking at the statue, and it's like, I could pull now, or I could wait for the boss to wake up and kill them for me. This is how I feel, like watching this and watching what's happening to these people is how I feel when I fight these things.
I can still get the upper hand.
Oops. Oh, plants.
That's it. I'm already gone.
I like the looks of this. Bandits in front of the cool place. Cauldron. That's Blaze.
Storm's been in the air for a while. Killers. What are you guys doing here?
Nope. Old bullet. Ah, God. Oh, no. There we go.
She went that way.
Got you located.
You mean I can't take the gun over here? Invisible walls.
Giving up.
Are you even looking over there?
Aw, is this gonna be quest related or something, or can I not climb over? I'm gonna have a sad I wanted to go in here. Okay. Curse you. Ah, now I'm sad. I want in. So sad.
I'm sick of this place.
Finally.
Can people get up there?
Oh, I'm an idiot. If I just walked up and pressed Y, I could have opened the door. Wow. I feel like an idiot. What? No way. I could simply just walk up and open a door. Excellent. Pick up mushrooms, fill up my stuff.
Going down fast. This was a cauldron once. But the wild got in. And now the enemy too. Oh, that's funny.
Sneaky, sneaky.
I can't spare the weight.
I murder everyone. I like these places, I just find them hard to explore and I feel like I'm missing something all the time. Like there's some crevice or nook or something I haven't noticed and I miss going into. Because the map isn't exactly great. It's hard to read sometimes, it's just kind of a blob. Ooh, trees. This is cool. Is that a giant mushroom?
Must have been a cave-in. A big one.
Neat. whole lot of bad people. Nope. Oh man, dude, come on. Come out where I can see you and kill you. How do you know you're looking for a she? Could be anyone. I'm hiding behind a box. Some of you haven't seen me yet.
I'll find you. It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. Okay, well, stop hiding and we'll talk about it. There you go. See? That wasn't so bad. You know, I just won, that's all. Not sure if that's how I was supposed to do that, but I did. Oh, boy, he's got a big bag on his back.
Spotted.
brothers.
To me, brothers. What? Can't see you. That's a weird noise. The hell?
That's got their attention.
Yeah, I kind of remember that with the bows a little bit. funny cape.
Stocking up.
Mustn't miss anything. Have to loot all the things. We must be over
I'd have to
encumbered.
leave something else behind.
Boo. Nope. What a mess. Spoopy. So crowded. Okay.
Don't mind me.
Ha!
Get her! shadow.
Interesting. Oops. Invisible walls. Okay, now it's getting a little too chilly. Alrighty, can confirm both birds are now in the cage with Cecil, and at least Cecil seems like he's able to sleep right now, so. My hoarding problem, yes. I have a hoarding problem. I collect everything. Jeez. If you saw me in Skyrim, it's the same problem. I loot everything.
I'll find
It could be important. And some of that was true. If I can kill something and collect something from it, it must be important. It must have a use. Oh, that reminds me. Nope, I still need to find rats. I need rat bones. But I haven't seen any rats in this one, so I might have to go back to an earlier one. Oh, okay, birds. Birds are leaving.
Let's see what they're so afraid of.
Do I want to see what they're so afraid of? I don't know that I do. Like, I might be okay if I don't know. Hurt. Hurt. Hot. Oh. Guess that's all there is to it. I think I've looted almost everything. Top up the medicine bag, get the last bit of loot, and oh, loot this guy. And override. I don't think I lined up my stick. The stick's not lined up. Immersion broken.
That's it. More machines I can override.
Hooray! More skill points. What? Ah!
Come on, brothers, let's get Look out! She's unleashed machines.
I've unleashed machines. Oops.
Machines must have been stored here.
I. got a couple of those. I should probably grab that. Oh my god, I can't aim with donkey poop on here. Got stuck. Woohoo! Just grab this one. That's nice. Just give me a chance to walk this out. Who else wants a piece of this? Got me a big gun that I can barely hold. Ugh, so heavy.
No room.
Oh, dang it. Ugh. Go over there so I can loot. Wait, so what was it that I couldn't pick up? Excavation key special. Why can't I pick that up? Oh, I guess I can only have one. I thought it could have been different. Huh. He looks like he died in a very uncomfortable position. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Like, what even happened? I don't even know. He looks so bad. Might sneeze. You've been warned. I'll try to mute, but sometimes the mute button doesn't always work. Apologies for the squeaky sneeze in advance. Alright, now where do I go? Go through that. Oh, wait. Cauldron core. I already dealt with that. Oh, hello, bird on the floor. How's it going? Hi. What are you doing all the way over here? Are you gonna be a gamer bird one day? Nah, she says nah. She's going away. So... I don't quite understand how I'm supposed to leave this place, because normally that platform would rise up to the top, but this one obviously didn't do that. And instead, a whole bunch of things showed up. Was this here before? Maybe this wasn't here before. I don't remember. How did I even get in here? I don't remember how I got here. Oh yeah, the beets thing. It's literally the food, the beets that I used to pick up in ESO. So am I done? Yeah. It's not like music or anything like that. Wrong beats. Is this a different way in than what I came from? I don't remember now.
What is that? Stalkers.
Uh-oh. God, I don't like stalkers. Oh, they're making it all creepy-like, too. Like they were there, now they're totally dead. Oh, there he is.
You're alert.
Dang it, I missed again. Why you gotta be so skinny like that? Oh, that's not what I had to do. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, hi, bird. Oh my god, you're flying under my chair. Jesus. Yeah, I hear you, bird. Canadians apologizing. I mean, maybe. Sometimes? I don't always. And I don't always say A. But I do get amused, like I'm amused when I'm on a phone call and someone's like, have a good day, eh? And I'm like, oh my god. You did the thing! I mean, sometimes I'll just be like, eh? Like, question mark? Won't ask a full sentence or anything. Like, it won't be a full sentence, but someone will know what I mean. Takes the place of what and other things. Only when I feel like being really silly will I be like, how's it going, eh? Sure. Well, maybe. I have no idea what I sound like sometimes. If I start overanalyzing how I speak, then it just gets really confusing and I forget how I say things. I don't know how I how I say sure. Oh, things. Goes up. Alright, I think I keep going this way. Ooh. 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 That is so creepy. What is it doing? I'm scared. I can't look away. Like, it looks like that's its face. And, like, it's got its hands up there holding this up or bracing itself. And then it looks like it just, like, when it kind of shuffles down like that and it spews out metal, it's almost like it's taking a shit. Oh yeah, the Illuminati. I'm afraid to go down here. Okay. What's the safe way down without dying? Slide! Oh. I was not supposed to go down there. Well, that answered that question. I'm so glad I just died by a poor decision. Now I'm back here. But I think I remember maybe how to... Wait, do I have to do this again? Or...
We've got company.
Ah, hell's bells. Wait, hold on.
The shadow will reach.
Look out! She's unleashed machines.
Machines must have been stored here.
What? Why is it still alive? Okay, fine. We'll do this, I guess. Fight for me, Monty. Don't look at me sideways like that. Ow. Ay, ay, ay. Ow. No, don't do that. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Wait, does that death counter really apply to this game? It's, Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. This is a poor time for that to happen. And I scared a bird. Ah! No! Come on! Don't you know I'm sneezing? Come on, give me a break, man. Why you gotta be like this? And there's so much around here to get caught on. Ay, 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 ay. I don't know how you're alive, but you are. Ha. Hold on, I think I remember this. I think it's exclamation mark death plus? There we go. I had to look at it and see. I had a friend who I made mod and they looked after death counter because they were watching my streams all the time, so they were just like always keeping up with my death count. I'll have to adjust that just so hopefully it doesn't get out of hand. Although if everyone's like spams it all at once, then it's like gonna skew the stats a little. It's like I die, a few people witness it, everyone hits death plus. Now it's like my death counter increments by 5. Although I guess there's a cooldown, right? I'll have to investigate this stuff. I have to learn how to do this stuff. Well, maybe there could be a cooldown. I don't know. I'll look at it. As long as I don't die within like 10 seconds, then it's fine. Alright. So much looting. Again.
Should have brought a cart.
Oh, he's got the key. All right, carry on. Seems like this is the only way I can go. I think in the web version that looks better. The Feels Bad Man doesn't really show in this one, or I don't know how to do it. Feels Bad Man though.
Makes this a little easier.
Oh, that worked out well. That didn't go through as much ammo as I thought it would. Oh yeah, it makes sense I'm not supposed to go down there. That just looks like a hot mess. Alright, let's follow this around. Yoink, my echo shell. I need those. Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Door. I see a door now. We override the door. We line up the stick and we hack with a stick. Nah, I'm just. Is this a whole other spot then? Or am I just above where I was when I came in? Because there's definitely someone who's still alive here. Who I can't really see. Ah! Can't get out. Can't get out. Run. Ow. Where's the next kitty? I'm assuming this room is just full of cats. Stupid stalkers. Oh, go this way. Go this way, Aloy. Come on, you can do it. We can steer. Yoink, plant. Shock coil. That's not what I meant to use. You miss more than you hit, sir. Hello, big cat. Other big cat. Where's the other one? This isn't like a creepy movie scene or anything at all. This isn't secretly Alien vs. Predator.
Now's my
Or
chance.
Grem vs. Predator. Grem vs. Predator, oh my god. Ow. Alright. Well, that was interesting. Now I gotta figure out what I'm missing loot-wise. Where did I even come from?
have to ditch something.
Oh, come on. Line up and do the thing. Nope, don't drop down. Hack it. Hack it. Hello? Can I not? Or I guess not? I'm so confused. I thought I could hack this. Guess I have to do something else? Oh, why did I do that? Yeah, why isn't it letting me hack this? I know it can be a little fickle, but it's not usually this bad. Oh, why'd I do that again? Activate quest. Climb the pillar to escape. So do I just climb? Like, I guess I don't hack it? Maybe. Ah, I feel like a dummy. There are these stupid things here the whole time.
Almost out of here.
Looks ready to fight.
Oh, that's just terrible. What? Ow.
Haven't you got anything better to do?